Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lee, and today we're going to talk about how to make your HeroForge character hot. So HeroForge is a program on the internet where you can basically make different species, different races, different, I don't know, like you can make a zombie if you want to, you can make this fuzzy dude if you want to. Problem is at the surface level, they're not really all that hot. And we're here to make them hot. So I'm going to go through some steps here on how to get these little gray little guys looking fancy. So I have quite a many HeroForge characters. My first one was Lynette, the one with the big pink wings. Unfortunately, I have updated her and I've now made her hot. I wish I had the original one because she was not hot. We're gonna see how many times I can say hot in this video. I think that's just gonna be a thing. So right now she's loading, but here she is in all of her glory. She's not like the best and her pose could certainly be better, but I absolutely adore the blush on her cheeks. She is an angel. She's a fallen angel. Based in the Greek pantheon, actually, and she ended up that dragon is her baby. Long story. But here's another guy of mine. So, or gal, I don't know. They're taking forever to load. Okay, so yeah, this is Elnora. She's a gal. She's not hot, and she's not hot in this specific pose right now, and I'm going to show you how to make her hot. Right now she's got a little weird eye going on. She's got like, I don't know, like skeleton mouth going on right now. But we're going to make her hot. We're going to get to that at the end of the video, though. I'm going to use another of my characters to kind of go through the process, specifically on how these steps go to making these little bulky creature things hot. Another one that I'm going to show you at face value here is probably going to be Vorgar. Vorgar he's mid. I will say that he definitely, I mean, I think he's hot, but I understand most people don't really think like an orc is all that hot, so you know, that's fine. We'll just not call me out for that, you know. So that is Vorgar. He's mid, admittedly. I get it. Like, I know. Don't, you know. It's fine. And then one of my last guys that I'm going to show, if my cursor would ever get over to him, here he is. So this is actually one of my pirates from Telimotu. I think he was the first one I created. So I, luckily, haven't made his pose all that interesting, which we're going to talk about posing today and the importance of posing in HeroForge. So he's mid, he's alright, he's fine. He, one of my players said he looks like the Joker. I hate it, but we're just going to accept this and move on. And that's going to lead us to the next part of this video. So, how do we make them hot? Well, we're going to first start with this person here. She is an elf. We're going to be making Drusilla Buck. She's one of my pirate lords in my Telimotu campaign. If you've seen any of my other videos, I gab a lot about Telimotu. It is my current homebrew that I've been working on for several years. So first, I'm just kind of getting some basic ideas down. We're not going to be focused too much on anything other than building that hotness level. And the first step, as I said, is increase height. The next part, oh yeah, we are accentuating them assets. We're going to overdo those proportions. The reason why we're going to overdo them is because posing is going to become super important eventually. And the next thing that we're going to start doing is select clothes to accentuate. I'm turning this left and right. You can see what asset I'm explicitly accentuating. Unfortunately, in the most of the build, we're going to be spinning her around like crazy. So here I am just pretty much picking what I think looks good on her. She's a badass pirate. She is needing something a little bit more because we're getting there in the hotness. But next, yep, we got to accessorize. Accessories change the shapes of these faces. HeroForge faces do not have any variation. You're going to have to make it yourself. The way that works, hats, bandanas, headbands, whatever. those things do help start making this character look a little bit more unique and hot. Tip number 5, hair changes face shape. Look at the differences here. Look at the ankles. Look at the softness. We are finding something. We wanted to look powerful, but we wanted to look fierce. This is the one I actually end up staying on. And she's starting to look pretty spicy here. We've got a nice build on her. Her muscles are jacked up to the max. Her assets are also jacked up to the max. And so now I'm going through just kind of the fun part. We're going to be putting some color onto her. We're going to be making her a little bit more interesting. But before we get too far into the coloring and whatnot, one of the next things that I'm going to do here, and this is going to become important later when you start taking some screenshots, some images, is posing. The way that you're going to pose these characters makes them a bit more unique. It makes them a little bit more dynamic and interesting. We're not working with 2D art here. We're working with a pre-programmed internet website that honestly everybody should go and get. We should sign up for their subscription. It is an amazing service, and the fact that I am making YouTube videos for HeroForge like crazy is something to be said. But posing, moving the face around, getting something that looks a little bit more alive, super important when it comes to making your character hot. It's fun, for one, and also it makes them more individualistic. Taking time, working with that pose, thinking about what kind of screenshots or token you might end up getting out of this, those are all things that are very important when it comes to the overall hotness factor of your HeroForge character. So right now what I'm just doing is I'm building her. I am figuring out what pose is going to look great. I'm figuring out which weapons she's going to be using, and I'm just having a blast actually. Building these characters is really fun. The program is really smooth. It's a great time. So I'm just gonna jive a little bit, watch myself do this thing until we get to the next part here, which is gonna be my next tip that we're gonna talk about, which really brings this hotness factor home. So we're just gonna jive to the music and apparently just watch me suffer with making a hand move around, because this has been way too long. Whatever, it is what it is. Alright, next tip coming in here. As you can see, what I'm going to start doing here is texturizing makeup, and for her specifically tattoos, but it could be body paint, it could be blood splatter. World is your oyster here with HeroForge. So what I mean by texturizing is I'm giving her a dual tone to her hair. I thought that added a lot of dimension to her, made it look a little bit more interesting. Next, of course, we got a fierce cat eye going on. I love my cat eyes. I wear cat eyes on my own face as much as I possibly can. Here, I'm putting on some face paint for her, and now she's starting to look real hot. Like, we are getting there with this Telemoto Elven Pirate. We are going places. And here, I'm kind of lazy. I just pick a color palette that suits the makeup and the paints that I've put on. Or I guess they're tattoos. I think we already established that. I specifically think of these as tattoos. So, cleaning up some of that posing, I'm starting to think about how I want her to look in expression, how I want her to look in attitude, and how I want to, when it comes down to screenshotting, what I kind of want the angles to look. Futzing a little bit here, just making sure everything is to my satisfaction, seeing if I can pull in any dimension or change my, colors. And then after I am satisfied, I start kind of moving around her eyes. And the reason for that is the screenshots that I'm inevitably going to take, that I eventually inevitably use for inspiration for art that I have been drawing of her, though unlike my other video of one of my HeroForge to 2D art characters, I am using a completely unique pose for her, but I am absolutely abusing the color picker out of HeroForge. Well, yeah. Anyway, part 4. Take pictures. Look how hot. We are spicy. We are fierce. We are fabulous. We are a pirate queen. We are going places here. So hot. So hot. So, pictures and a little bit of editing takes you pretty far. Remember this guy? We talked about how, you know, he's fine. He's a mid. He's got a basic pose. We've got some attitude and some bloods. You know, blood splatter. I can't suddenly say that, but splatter. He's fine. He's nice. We're gonna now do those taking them pictures. Look how cute he is. Could I probably have done more with the tattooing? Maybe on his scar? Sure. But he's still hot. Now this one. At the beginning we said we were gonna make her hot. Whether you think Dragonborn are hot or not, that's between you and God. But I certainly do, and I am at peace with that. So we're gonna make that weird mouth, we're gonna make that weird eye just go away by playing to her strengths. Look at that. She looks petite, she looks powerful. That angle, stunning. And when she's looking down, she's looking directly at you. She's got something mischievous, something powerful. She's a cleric, but you know, clerics have armor. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next one.